Okay, I'm gonna make a video of me giving Reggie a bath so that you can see how he reacts when you put him in water to give him a little soak. So here he is walking around. I just took him out of his home and he was sleeping, so I'm letting him walk around for a little bit, but just for a couple minutes. And now I'm gonna go get a dishpan of water. So hello, Reggie. Hello, buddy. Hi, handsome. Okay, I'm gonna go get his water. Okay, so I have a dishpan of water that I'm gonna put him in, and there's not much water in it, maybe like 1.5 inches, because you don't want it to be so high that he can't easily hold his head out of it. So hold on for just a second and I'll set him in his water. Okay, I'm back. I changed my laundry, so it's only been, I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes or so. And he's been moving around a lot, but still hasn't made much of a mess in his water, but that's fine. I'm gonna take him out, and I have another pan now with warm water in it, so I'm gonna switch him so that the water is nice and warm. I also put a little bit more water in this one than I did in the first one. And so I'm gonna move him to the new pan. So here he is. Hello. I'm gonna set him in this one. Let him go. Okay, so there is a bit more water, just a little bit more in this one than I had in the other one, but still he can really easily keep his head above water. So now he's moving around quite a bit in this one, and that's fine. All right. So a couple things, the dish pans are the cheapest ones that I could find at Walmart, so he doesn't need anything fancy. I would suggest to not get any pan like this that you can see through. I've read on tortoise websites that they don't understand the concept of being able to see through something but not be able to get through something. And years ago, like 20 years ago, when we first had Big Red, we had him in a glass aquarium because that's what the pet store told us to keep him in, and we always wondered why it seemed like he was always trying to get through the glass. And apparently it's because it's better to have them in containers that they can't see through because it stresses them out because they want to get to the other side. So I have not gotten a bathing container that they can see through for the same reason, and besides, dish pans are a perfect size and they're super cheap, and so that's why we use dish pans that you can't see through. All right, so here he is. He's just soaking again. I'm going to zoom in, see what he's doing. Not really doing anything interesting. Oh. Quite honestly, he's probably just, you know, he already drank earlier. Some stuff came out of him, so he's pretty clean. So he's probably just bored at this point and he wants to get out. And I'm just gonna leave him in for a little while longer. I'm going to use my hand and put some water over the back of him. As soon as there he goes. Okay. It's hard to do this when I'm holding a camera, so I'm gonna do the best I can. Hi. Just a little bit. Yeah. Hi, sweetie. Hi, honey. Hi. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's a good boy. Yeah. Hi, honey. Oh, there's a little bit more stuff. I don't know if that's coming out of him or off of him. You see all that stuff? That's why it's good to give him a soak, because look at all that. Yuck. I don't think that that came off the top of his shell, because the top of his shell was clean. I think that because he's moving around so much, that's just stuff that's coming out of him, which is good. It's perfectly normal, and it's good for him to get all that out of him, and that's why I like to leave him in for a good 10-15 minutes, because you never know if you leave him in for a while and if he keeps moving around, how much more is going to come out of him. So, see how there's all that stuff. So I'm actually going to leave him in for a little while longer. I'm going to pause the video for now. Not too much longer. Just a little while longer. So I'm going to pause the video for just a couple minutes, and then the next time I turn it on, I'm going to take him out and dry him off. So that will be very exciting. Okay, goodbye for now. Okay, it's a couple minutes later, and you can see that he really hasn't made much more of a mess in his water. But I think he's had enough time soaking and he's ready to get out. So because the water he's in is a little bit dirty right now, I did fill the original pan with clean water just so that I can dip him in it before I put him on the towel that I'm going to use to dry him off. And even though that towel looks like it's a bit paint stained, it's clean. We just use like old towels that have become rags to dry him off. So they're clean, they're just not real pretty. And I use that to dry him off before I put him back in his home. So I'm just going to lift him up and put him in clean water just to let him rinse off a little bit, just for a minute. There you go. Good. And then I'm going to lift him out and set him on the towel. Wrap him up real good and tight. Cover him up. And he's moving around in there. When he moves around in there, that helps him to get dried off. So he's kind of wiggling around trying to get out. So while he's doing that, hi, sweetie. So while he's doing that, that's helping him to dry. There. So I'm going to do that again to him. That's a good way to get him dry. So I'm put him on there, wrap him up, go like that. He's got to wiggle his way out. Where are you? Hi. There he comes. And he's coming out. Okay, now I have him on this nice fluffy rug that's in our bathroom, but like ordinarily I'd probably do this on tile, just because you never know when something else might come out of him. And if you have a nice carpet that you don't want to have to shampoo, then you might want to do this on tile instead, as long as it's not really cold tile, you know, because you don't want him to get a chill. So if it's, you know, either a counter, you could do it on a counter as long as you're keeping a close eye on them because they move pretty fast, or on, you know, a hard floor that's not cold. I know I'm babbling here, but I'm just trying to kind of keep this interesting. So I wrapped him up pretty good and he is not moving at all right now. That's fine. Now let's see. Are you gonna move? Hi. Hi, buddy. All right. Oh, in fact, look, see? That is exactly my point. You never know. In fact, he just pooped, so I'm actually gonna put him back in his water because now his butt is dirty. And since I'm bathing him and I only bathe him, well, you're gonna be the next one to give him a bath. I mean, I don't wanna start out by having, you know, by putting him back in his home after giving him a bath with poop on his butt. Well, that was nice. That he proved my point that you never know when they might poop or pee. Great. So now, I'm gonna have to get a different towel to dry him off. Sorry, I guess the close-up of the poop isn't all that exciting. All right, so here's the deal. I am going to let him soak for a little while longer just to make sure that his butt is nice and clean and to make sure that all the poop got out of him. And then I'm just going to go through the same process again of putting him in clean water to rinse him off again. And then I'm going to wrap him up in a different towel a couple times to let him dry himself off, just like I showed you. And then if I had unwrapped him that last time and there wasn't any poop in the towel, I would have just picked him up at that point, taken him back to his home. So you pretty much saw everything. But he threw me a curveball because he pooped. So anyway, that's it. So that's how you soak the tortoise. Let's see, let me get another close-up of him. Hi. Hello. He's a very good boy. Okay. All right, so now you know how it's done. It's really not hard or complicated, and remember that the whole time you can be off doing other things. Maybe I just didn't leave him in long enough. He probably would have just pooped in his water. But even when he poops on the towel, it's not a big deal. Just make sure that you're using old towels. Okay, that's it. Have a good day. I hope you enjoyed this exciting video. Goodbye. Okay, I know I said I was gonna end the video, but I'm gonna dry him off and tape me drying him off again. So now I have a different towel, and I just wrap the towel over him very lightly and let him find his way out. Hello. There he goes. So then I'll do that again. And like he always moves forward, so if you put him kind of back on the towel and then wrap him up, see, he's moving around in there, but I made that one kind of tough. Now when I wrap him up like that, I wrap him really, really loosely. So I'm not, you know, I don't wrap it tight. Just real loose. And then if it takes him too long to get out, you know, more than a couple minutes, then I'll undo it for him because I don't want him to freak out in there or anything. Hi. This one he'll be able to get out of easily. Hey, buddy. There he is. So I'm just going to do that maybe 1 or 2 more times because he has to like drain on the inside too. It's not just the outside of his shell that gets wet, but keep in mind because he was soaking, water got on the inside of him. So when he walks around in there like that, water will kind of come out of him. Hi. Hello. And that's how he gets nice and dry. Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to be curious to see when I put him back in his home, if he goes back to sleep and stays inactive for a while, or if he wakes up and becomes more active. And remember what I said, if he's not real active when he first comes to you, don't worry about that, he's fine. It may be the adjustment and it may also just be the season, but you can see that right now He's out and about, and he's very comfortable, and he just likes to walk around and explore. He's a very nice guy. This tile is real, is very smooth, so it's kind of slippery. Okay, I am going to put him away, and he will. Oh, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to reveal any secrets in case. Okay, I'm going to just stop talking right now. Okay, so he's going to say goodbye. Goodbye.